Hello everyone. The next concept, audit of educational institution. Educational institutions are school, colleges or universities. The first one, educational institution. Generally, educational institutions are run by the registered society or public trust registered under the relevant act, and that audit of objective of such audit institution to be determined whether the financial statement gives fair view of, or the auditor may be asked to report on certain other aspects like whether the institution are going to be prepared as per the law or not. The main objective of preparing the audit report in the school educational institutions, or it may be the college educational institution, or in any university's educational institution, going to prepare the true or exact report in the institution. What are the preliminary steps are followed by the auditor in the company? The auditors to study the following steps. The first one, whether is letter of appointment in order as well as any additional work assigned to him. Auditor going to be verify, and legal status of the institution, whether it is trustworthy, or it may be the trust, or it may be the government, or it may be the public sector institution. The auditor going to be verify, and provisions like any important provision relating to the accounts or auditor going to be verified, and code of state government in regard of granting aid. I mean any aided institution or not, the auditor going to be verified that also. The next one, decision. See, in case of important decision like delegation of financial powers, transaction regarding fixed assets or investment, the auditor going to be verified by with the managing committee in the institution. The next one, internal control system. So internal control system, it includes division of duties and their rotation, adequate record maintenance, responsibility for safeguarding of any assets in the company. That is the duty of the auditor in the educational institution. The first, like internal auditor going to be verify audit of income and expenditure. Before that, internal control may be happened like you should prepare the bank reconciliation statement are prepared regularly, and the internally adequate internal check and internal audit system going to be verified by the auditor in the educational institution, and any fees concession is allowed only after proper authorization, and like fixed assets and consumable stores are cash verified at the regular interval of time, or whether proper system is followed by the institution or not, or it may be in the any sale or purchase of the institution is going to be followed or not. The auditor going to be verified in the internal control system when the auditor going to be do the auditing in the institution, educational institutions. The next one, audit of income and expenditure. See, like auditor going to be verify the cash book. How? See, entries made in cash book should be verified with the fees register, or with when any concession have been granted, these should be verified to the as per rules. Auditor going to be verify the fees register along with cash book, along with any fees concession happened in the particular year. That happened concession should be match the as per rules only. That also auditor going to be verified. The next one, reconciliation statement. The statement of reconciliation of fees received and total fees receivable should be verified. See, that also verified by the auditor in the company. The next one, hostel accommodation. See, in case of hostel accommodation, the charges received for accommodation, mess, fines, that also should be verified by the auditor in the educational institution. The next one, donation received. In case if any educational institution should receive the any donation, the auditor going to be verify the received receipt book should be compared with cash book entries. Auditor going to be verified. The next one, payment of salaries and allowances. Like if in case any payment of salaries and allowances, it should be verified that payment are as per terms and conditions for appointment, computation of gross total income, and payments of tax. Auditor going to be verified from the bank statement only. Payment of scholarship. See, in case any payment of scholarship should be verified by comparing terms and conditions vouchers, cash book entries, and acknowledgement from the student. These are all going to be verified by the auditors in the educational institution. The next one, audit of assets and liabilities in the educational institution. The first one, fixed asset. That fixed asset purchase should be verified by the auditor in every accounting period. The auditor should examine that separate account of fixed assets are maintained or not. That is also very important. And which depreciation method should be followed by the any fixed asset transaction. The auditor should be physically verify the investments and fixed assets also, and a security deposit received from the student should be examined. These are all the educational institution audit conducted by the auditors in the educational institution, like educational institutions are school, colleges, or any universities. The next one, audit of insurance company. See, as we know that the insurance companies are basically governed by Insurance Act of 1938, Life Insurance Act of 1956. It has been nationalized, and general insurance business also was nationalized in the year of 1972. What are the duties of an auditor? See, first of all, auditor will familiarize with the provision before going to be audit the any insurance company. See, like Insurance Act of 1938, Insurance Regulatory and Development Act of 1999, the Companies Act 2013, the General Insurance Business Act 1972, the Life Insurance Act 1956. These acts should be familiarized to the auditor before going to be audit the any insurance company. The first, in case of any general insurance business, auditor should note the following before starting the work. The first one, separate set of accounts should be prepared in each insurance company. I mean, you should see that separate books of accounts for each insurance business are maintained, as it obligatory for the insurance company or not. The next one, section 14. As we know, under section 14 of the Insurance Act 1938, all the statutory register as required to be maintained in the insurance company regularly. The next one, receipts and payments. The receipts and payment in cash and by check, premium calculation, granting of any loans, payment of any agent commission, control of expenses and management, and sale and purchase of investment, procedure in regard to these items should be examined only. Next one, what are the verification conducted by the auditor in the insurance company? The first one, premium. As we know, premium is a main source of income. The premium is required to be disclosed in revenue account, and premium should be maintained, and the procedure regarding premium should be evaluated by the auditor in the company. The next one, claims. Claims, a demand for payment for policy benefit due to insured event is known as claim. It includes expenses incurred in settlement of claims also, and claims is required to be disclosed in each revenue account with a detailed breakup. These are also going to be verified with the claims register and claim paid, discharge or rejection of the any claim. This is also verified by the auditor before going to be audit the any insurance company. The next one, expenses of management. The auditor should evaluate internal control on various operating expenses in the usual manner. The auditor should also examine whether the appointment on reasonable basis or not. The auditor going to be verified. The next one, agent balances. The auditor should verify various accounts relating to the insurance agent. The auditor may obtain written explanation from the management regarding about any such balances. The internal control should be reviewed to ensure sufficiency. And the next one, cash and bank balances. The auditor should physically verify the cash and bank balances mainly, because based on this only the company is going to be conduct the audit report. And you should obtain the certificate from the management for the balances of balance at the balance sheet date. The auditor may apply test check on bank transactions. The auditor should also check bank reconciliation statement based on the cash and bank balance of the any insurance company. The next one, investment. Section 27 of B of the Insurance Act 1938 and the IRDA regulation laid down by the regulatory regarding investment. The main objective physically checked by the investment at the end of the every year that are going to be verified based on the investment in the insurance company. The next one, borrowings. The auditor should verify the borrowings as per usual audit procedure. Borrowings are already classified, as we know, that debenture, bonds and banks and other, where we are taken for to conducting the audit, that also verified by the auditor in a strictly manner, and any management report should be prepared by the auditor as per the rules made by the government and submit the report to the head authority in the company. The next concept, audit of cooperative society. Cooperative societies are established under the Cooperative Societies Act 1912, and it is prepared as per and study the bylaws of the company. As we know, bylaws are the rules and regulations of the company. It should also study the bylaws of the society, I mean cooperative society. If in case any bylaws are to be changed in the cooperative society, the amendment should be passed by the bylaws have been duly registered with the register of the cooperative society. I mean, in case of any bylaws are to be changed, the auditor going the register. I mean, any bylaws are to be changed with the register of the cooperative societies. Rights and duties of an auditor. The rights. According to the section 17, the auditor of a cooperative society has all times access all the books, accounts, papers and securities of the society. And auditor has the rights to check all the balance sheet of the society and presenting the true and fair financial statement of affairs in the business, and is able to get the best of its information from the or explanation from the respective people in the cooperative society. These are all the rights to be held by the auditor in the cooperative society. The next one, what are the duties to be taken by the auditor in the cooperative society? The first one, share. See, you should thoroughly check the membership register in order to ascertain the number of shares held by the each member. Auditor going to be verify the shares, how much shares are allocated to the each members in the co-society. The next one, power of officer. You should note that power of officers of the society regarding borrowing, advancing, loans and investment of the funds. Auditor going to be verified. The next one, cash and account. You should watch the receipts of cash and account of deposit with the book and counter fields of the receipt book. I mean, auditor going to verify the cash book and receipt book in the deposit system also in the society. The next one, receipts and payments. Auditor going to be verified the all checking the all the receipts and payments in the usual manner with the always relating to the vouchers and receipt bills should always match. The next one, interest received. You should watch the interest received from borrowings or any return from of loan from them. Auditor going to be verified the interest received from the borrowers in the company. Next one, loans and expenses. See, you should pay special attention to loans paid to the society to the members. You should see if a non-member has been given a loan, the permission of register has been obtained, then only he is eligible. The next one, furniture. You should physically verify the furniture and stationery in the company. And valuation method of stock. See, you should verify the valuation method of stock and examine the stock statement also. The next one, balance sheet and P&L account. You should see that balance sheet and P&L account prepared according to the pro forma prescribed by the chief auditor of the cooperative society of the state in which the society is registered. Auditor going to be verified that, and you should see examine the method of stock, and you should examine the overdue debts, and you should see the reserve fund in priority of 25% and welfare fund 10%. After that and all, special attention to the loan and payments, interest received, and the cooperative society, cooperating housing society, consumer cooperative society, service cooperative society, and various areas of cooperative society. Method of verification cannot be adopted by the auditor to be followed. These are all the duties to be taken by the auditor when the company going to be conduct the audit, and auditor going to be preparing the audit report in the insurance company. Thank you.